So basically, what I've been doing is just starting everybody off by telling me what their name is, what their character is on Less Than Kind, and
Okay.
where they're from.
Yeah. Benjamin Arthur. I'm from Vancouver, and I played Josh Blecher on the show.
Van City.
Yeah, Van City.
I spent some time there. Nice town for sure.
Did you? Yeah, it's awesome in the summertime. In the winter, see, you guys have freezing cold, but you got sun.
Right.
We get the opposite. We get pissing rain and gray.
3 months of it.
We
Drizzle.
we get like 6 months of it, man. It's brutal. It goes from October till about like May, and then it starts to get nice.
You get a little depressed.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's why everyone's like, "Oh, you're going to Winnipeg? Brutal." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I'd much rather spend winter in Winnipeg. I could deal with the cold." Yeah.
So, what other stuff have you done before Less Than Kind that people might know you from?
Jesus. I have an independent snowboard film coming out called Switch. That should be it should be doing festival circuits soon. Why are you laughing? You laughing?
Because you're cute.
Oh, thanks. Honestly, I don't know. People probably wouldn't know me from much, to tell you the truth. I did bit parts on like Whistler, The L Word, anything that sort of came through Vancouver.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's got a Leo nomination.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I got a Leo nomination for last season for episode number 2. I don't know if you've seen it. It's the one where I'm dancing naked at the beginning.
I don't think I saw that one.
You watch that one; it's pretty ridiculous.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But Leo nomination is the British Columbia Television Awards.
So it's not a porn star nomination of some sort. Okay.
No, although I'm pretty sure there's something out there.
You're gonna go a different direction with your career.
Yeah, exactly. If all else fails.
Oh man.
Yeah, so those are in May. So fingers crossed, I'm up for a Best Supporting in a Dramatic Series.
Wow.
Yeah, which is interesting in a comedic performance.
Yeah.
Dramatic series. So we'll see what happens because I'm up against a lot of like hardcore dramatic roles.
Well, that's the thing about this show too is that it is a very funny show, but there's something behind it. It's not just
Right.
endless. Like, it's not like Family Guy where it's just like senseless laughs, which is great.
Yeah,
but the
it's
show offers more than that.
It's the drama. Yeah, it's the dramedy. That's sort of like the tragic comedy. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, you shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's hilarious.
So you go to auditions for a show and you get cast, and that's all great and you're excited. But when do you know that a show like Less Than Kind is really like going to be a really good show?
Yeah, I walked into the screen test in Toronto and shaking hands with everybody, like Marvin Kaye and Chris Shays-Green and Mark McKinney, and I was like, oh, Mark McKinney. I knew who Mark McKinney was. I had no idea he was attached to the project. That was when I was kind of like, okay, this has got to be something. He can pick and choose what he wants to do. Mark's been around for a while. Everything he touches turns to gold. He's got like a wall full of awards, and he's a comic genius. So I was like, oh my God. So that's when I kind of knew, and Maury Chaykin was attached to it too.
Yeah.
Right? So that's when I knew that it was kind of a bit of a big deal, especially for Canada. And then when we got the set, like you don't really know, you know what I mean? We have the first 3 episodes, so I work as much as I can on building my character in those first 3 episodes, do my research, I figure out what kind of a guy do I want him to be, sort of how am I going to make him sort of likable, but I don't want to make him too likable. That's the thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you show up, and I think we started to realize that we had something special when you start to watch everyone's work. You know what I mean? It's everybody's baby. Like, this is Marvin Kaye. He's been doing this for 10 years. This is his baby for 10 years. It's finally going now. It started off as a one-act play,
Right.
and it's been moved into a television series now. And Chris has been his best friend and writing partner for like the same amount of years. Ira Levy at Breakthrough in Toronto, it's his baby. He's in love with the show. He pushes it like nonstop. Phyllis, it's her baby. So everyone's really passionate about it. It's like and the crew. You know what I mean? When you have your crew laughing after like the 4th or 5th take, and they've been here for like 12 hours slugging equipment around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know you got something special. Right. You know, and the writing just jumps off the page. You know, the characters just scream off the page. You can just stand there and speak the dialogue, and it would be funny. So,
Chemistry is extremely important too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the other thing too. Is like I grew up with a little brother, and right away Jesse and I had that back and forth thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, we made that pact right at the beginning that, you know, some stuff's going to be said about your weight and stuff like that, but I'm your homeboy. And don't worry, like, it's not what I think, it's the characters talking, you know,
Right.
so yeah, it was all good.
Well, as a little brother, I have to say you're very effective in your role.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a big brother, and he was a real jerk too.
An
so,
ass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they kind of come through, so they're not total asses. They kind of do the protection thing once in a while.
Right.
Like, they'll stand up, like no one's gonna fuck with them except for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What? Someone's fucking with you? No, not on my watch. You know, it's one of those sort of things. Yeah, so I had years of practice, man. Years of my poor little brother with the taunting and the thing. Yeah, this is me and my brother times 10, I'd say.
Right.
Yeah, it's cranked up the dial.
Wow. So, lots coming in season 2. You're enjoying filming right now?
Oh, I'm in love with my job. I have this is the greatest job you could have. I mean, I had a conversation with my agent about what's the future going to hold, sort of thing, and we started talking about, you know, Los Angeles and going out for other television shows, and I'm like, I'm on the TV show that I want to be on. I don't need to be on another TV show. This is it for me, you know. Let's move into film. Let's move into, like, I'm in love with my job. Not a lot of people can say that they're
No, that's true.
I work my ass off to get here, but like I am in love with this job. It's like I work so hard at what I do. You know, we work for 13 hours, go home, and I sit at home and I work for another 4 hours on my stuff. Sleep for 4 hours, and it's okay. You know, because I'm excited to come to work, and I'm excited to show people what I prepared, and it's a great feeling.
It's funny because people only see the glamour of it, and they think it's just a piece of cake. You just roll in, pick up the script, you know, read for 20 minutes, and, you know, drive off in your Maserati.
And you could do that. And unfortunately, there are some Maseratis in Canada. Canadian film industry, there's no Maseratis. But yeah, we get the quality programming. That's the difference, right? You get to work on something amazing, and that's the price you pay. Because the paycheck's not massive, but you get all the work to show for it. Yeah, and you could absolutely coast through, but you know, you want to do it justice. You want to do the character justice, and I don't want to let anybody down. You know what I mean? Everyone's worked so hard. You know what I mean? And we're sort of like the final part of the puzzle. So if I do a shitty job, then it's like I've let everybody down because everyone's worked so hard. These guys have been writing scripts for the last like 6 months. It took them 9 months to cast the project. It's like, why would I just show up and just do a shitty job? You know what I mean? It's like, fuck the sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead, or I'll sleep when I'm wrapped the show, you know? Sleep for a month after I'm done. It's like, just coffee, man. Coffee, Red Bull.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for your time. Really do
Hey,
appreciate it.
thanks for
I
your
know
time.
I know you got a driving lesson to teach right now. So
Yeah.
Well, we'll let you at her.
Awesome.